Hi fashion lovers, welcome back to Sewing with Damara. In this tutorial, I'll show you step by step how to cut and sew pockets to your pants like a professional. By the end of this tutorial, you should be able to make side pockets on your pants with ease. With that being said, let's get started. At this point, I was done cutting both the front and the back pattern. Before you guys start asking me, where is the pant tutorial? Don't worry, I filmed a detailed tutorial on this, and that will be the next tutorial I'll be posting on my channel. So make sure that your post notification is on, and I'll also be leaving the link in the description box. So what I'm doing here now is taking out the back of the pant because we'll only be needing the front of the pant to create our pocket. So we are just going to take out the back of the pant for now, and we'll be working with the front. I've gone ahead to cut out the piece I'll be using for my pocket, and unfold what I have here is 20 inches, which means when I open it up, it's going to be 40 inches. This 40 inches was quite wide for me, so you can use about 36 to 38 inches. It's still okay. Now what you're going to do is to still fold this into two again, which means it's going to be on a fold of 4. 2 for each side of the pocket. For the length of the pocket, what I have here is 13.5 inches. I'm just going to pin this down because I don't want it to move around a lot. I want it to stay in place. So what you're going to do now is to take your pocket and you're going to be placing it under the front of your pants, just like this. You can see exactly how I did that. Now you need to make sure that your pocket is longer than your crotch depth, just like mine is here. And also at this upper part here, you need to leave a little bit of space on your pocket. The first thing you're going to do here is to trim it off following the shape of the front pants like this. And you also trim this side following the side of your pants. This is going to help your pocket to sit perfectly on your pants without it bulging, okay? So make sure you do this. Another thing I like to do to make sure that I don't make any mistakes while making my pants is I like to notch. So I'm going to notch this point here. And I'll also be notching this side. But before I notch, because this pocket is on fold, remember that we folded the pocket. I'll need to open it up, okay? Dividing it into the 4 pieces that we need. So you can see what I have here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to make a notch on this side. This is going to help me to know the sides that are meant to be inside, and it's going to help me when I'm placing the pocket filler and the pocket facing together. At this point, you're going to take out 2 pieces, and these 2 pieces you're taking out now is going to be your pocket fillers. So you're just going to keep this aside. I'll be working with just these 2. So you open up the front of your pants like this, and what you'll be doing here is to place the pocket facing right sides facing your pants like this. So this is not it. I'm going to pick up the other one. So as you can see here, this is the side I trimmed as my hip line. So placing it just sits perfectly. You don't need to do too much. So I'm just going to pin this down to hold it in place. What you will do here is to go in at this waistline here by 2 inches. And you're going to come down from that point by 7.5 inch. Use your rule and connect these 2 points together like this. Now this point you connected together, you're going to cut it out. The next thing you're going to do now is to stitch this down from this point to this point using 1/2 inch stitching allowance. So after stitching it down, this is what I have. I went ahead to fold this in. Okay, so I'm just going to open that up for you to see. So what I did here was, after stitching it down using 1/2 inch stitching allowance, I made sure that my seam was towards the facing like this, and then I made a top stitch very close to the first stitch just to keep it in place. This is going to make it easy for you to be able to turn your facing inward like this. So it's time to insert our pocket filler. So I'm going to open this up like this. Then get your pocket filler. Now remember this part that we notch here initially. Also look for the part where you notch on your facing. Place them together like this. What we'll be doing here is to join the facing and the feeler together. So I'm just going to pin down all the areas that will be making a stitch. Using 1/2 inch, you're going to stitch from this point all the way through this point. Then you make a stitch all the way to this point here. So don't forget 1/2 inch following this pattern that I just pinned down now. After stitching that down, you can see what we have here. All you need to do now is just to fold it in like this. You can see that I haven't even given this a press and it's already looking beautiful. And voila, you've actually created your pocket. This is very easy to make, and you can see how flat my pocket is looking. It's not bulging at any point at all. Now what you are going to do now is to secure the pant and the pocket together. So you're going to use a stitch to secure it at this point. And also you're going to use a stitch to secure it here at the side. So I'm just going to pin that down. So I'm going to use a stitch to secure it here also. So after doing that, you can see what it looks like. I've not even given this a good press, and you can see how perfect that sits on the side of my pant without stress. So this is how easy it is to actually insert or create pockets on your pant. Now for you to sew the back and the front together, all you need to do is to place them right sides facing each other like this. And then you stitch it down at the side using 1/2 inch or 1 inch depending on the seam allowance you are using. And that is it, guys. You can see the pocket there at the side. Even after attaching it to the back of the pant, it didn't bulge, nothing. It's just sitting flat and beautiful. We have come to the end of this tutorial. I hope this tutorial was really helpful. Please do let me know in the comment section. Make sure you share this with family and friends who you know will be interested in tutorials like this. Hit on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new tutorial. I'll be seeing you guys in my next one. Stay tuned.